A very good evening to you wherever you are. Consolata Chibalonza, welcome to today's edition of EBM Primetime News. Now we kick it off with the happenings of the day where the leader of the nation, President Ruto, officially opened the Joint National Executive Retreat and Parliamentary Group Consultative Meeting in Naivasha. Cabinet and other state officials arrived in Naivasha on Sunday evening in preparation for the yearly meeting. Now the retreat officially commenced.
There is no other government in parliament. It is our members of parliament. You are the government. So don't stop pointing at some government. We are spending 650 billion every year for the education of our children, from nursery school to university. It will be irresponsible for us not to think about when these young people come out of university, college, and school, what happens to them. In fact, when I had one of our friends say yesterday, when, I don't know the day yesterday or the day before, that when he sees things, he feels like crying. It is true. Because they are now wondering, it was actually true that housing was possible, and we wasted time on reggae. Yeah? They feel like crying because they can actually see this housing was actually possible. So that's what it is. Many people thought it was not possible. They can now see that it is possible. Plan is that by the end of this year, we will have a minimum of 300,000 young people working in our housing program. When I said I am a man on a mission, I meant it. We have to change Kenya. We have to change Kenya. And if you had any doubt that Kenya is going to change, I want to tell you that you just need to be patient and watch this space. Kenya is going to change. I am very confident. I know sometimes some of us get discouraged, some of us get anxious, some of us panic. Tell you that we are going to take Kenya to where we've always wanted.
Now, the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, has told off former President Uhuru Kenyatta over his rear-view mirror remarks. Speaking during the same ceremony as the head of state, the meeting which was held in Naivasha, Gachagua explained that past events provide key lessons to steer the country forward. On Saturday, former President Uhuru Kenyatta had opined that leaders who look at the past will lead the country astray.
And the legislation. Let us focus on helping the president to succeed. I am persuaded from where I sit that that is the most important thing in the next 2 years. Those of us who campaigned for President William Ruto give the people of Kenya hope and assurance that he will transform this country and their lives. We therefore have a duty to make sure that President William Ruto and his administration must succeed. Let us spend time and focus in activities and programs to make sure that the president honors his mandate with the people of Kenya. Other things can wait for 2026, but 2024, 2025, we must all be united and must focus to do whatever it takes to make sure that the president delivers to the people of Kenya. Finally, Your Excellency, I had somebody saying that you should not look at the rear mirror. I want to encourage you to continue looking at the rear mirror, because the inventor of the motor vehicle was not mad by putting the rear mirror. In your leadership, Your Excellency, you have made it very clear that no Kenyan should be left behind. So you must continue looking at the rear mirror to make sure that all Kenyans are on board and they are not left behind. Again, Your Excellency, there are also people who would want to derail your vehicle. There are those who like to puncture the rear wheels. There are those who like to remove goods from your pickup behind. You must continuously look at the rear mirror and the side mirrors so that anybody who may want to derail your vehicle, you are ahead. And again, Your Excellency, your pace is too fast for those of us who help you, myself and these cabinet secretaries. Sometimes you are too fast, you leave us behind. So continue looking. So when you find your deputy is being left behind, you urge him to come to catch up with you and the rest to catch up with you so that this country can move forward.
Now, away from the Naivasha Congress, the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition Party has firmly backed the recent declaration of intent by its leader Raila Amolo Odinga to submit his bid for the African Union Commission chairperson position. In a statement released on Friday, the coalition expressed confidence and optimism that the former Prime Minister was the man for the job, consequently calling for his consideration. The opposition party cited what it termed as Mr. Odinga's unwavering commitment to respect for the rule of law, democracy and the general welfare of the people as the pillars of his candidature. Duncan Kwaba with the full report.
Speaking during the fundraising activity for women groups in Sirisia constituency, DAPK leader Eugene Wamalwa, his counterpart from Roots Party George Wajakoya, and Bomule MP Wanami Wamboka said the move will, however, not stop the goal of sending President William Ruto home 2027.
Na sisi tukasema kama wanaazimio, we want to give Africa our best. And Raila Odinga is not just a Kenyan patriot. Raila Odinga is a Pan-Africanist. Na huyo ndio yule tumesema bara la Afrika, wakiandika ile historia ya wale wapiganiaji wa ukombozi wa bara la Afrika, jina la Odinga will rank against many other names.
Bila Raila Kenya ingekuwa tofauti sana. Mchango wa Raila kwa demokrasia yetu hapa, kama mzee ametaka kuwa chairman wa AU, sisi tunamuunga mkono na tunaambia serikali ya Kenya iunge Raila Amolo Odinga kama statesman, kama mwana Kenya yeyote ambaye ana ari ya kuwa chairman kurepresent nchi yetu kule African Union.
Akienda UN akuwe chairman wa national huko chairman wa African Union. Kuna kiongozi mzuri sana amejibuka hapa Kenya.
The leaders have called on the Kenyan government to support the pledge, saying Odinga will improve African relations while using opportunity to call for support within their camp ahead of a possible withdrawal from local politics by Raila Odinga. On the other hand, they have asked the government to discard the obligation to pay services through e-citizen digital platform.
Mzaenda hapumzike. Sasa vijana tuanze kupambana na nyinyi. Kina Eugene Wamalwa, Kalonzo Musyoka, Profesa Wajakoya, tuko na kina Munya. Sasa wananchi wa Kenya tuko tayari kuanza mapambano.
Serikali ya Ruto ijue ya kwamba sisi tuko hapa. Mzee ameenda pale, Eugene anatafuta, Wajakoya anatafuta, lakini tukifika pale tutajua vile tutafanya. Tuko hapa ndugu. Yes. Niseme.
Alikataa kuweka sahihi ule mkataba wa Bomas ambao uliacha mambo yenu kina mama wananchi mnaoumia, na ikaweka kipaumbele mambo ya wadosi.
Kila transaction ya e-citizen ni shilingi 100. Hiyo pesa in one term ni 1 billion. Why are you robbing the poor? Mkifika hapa mkipiga vifua mkisema serikali 1 billion kila term. Wenye hiyo kampuni ni nani? Ni wenyewe.
Kimilili MP Didmas Baraza became the latest leader from Kenya Kwanza to support Raila Odinga's move to compete to the chair of African Union Commission, praising him as someone with experience in promoting democracy in continent. Raila Odinga, in unprecedented move last week, declared his interest in the continental job, saying he's ready to push for African common agenda.
Mimi ningependelea Raila Odinga apatiwe nafasi ya kuwa mwenyekiti wa muungano wa Afrika. Raila Odinga should be given an opportunity to be the chairman of African Union, because huyu mtu, he carries both the good and the bad experience. So he's the best person to preach against, to preach for democracy in Africa, and I am sure he will take Africa to the next frontier.
This came on the backdrop of a trip in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, by President William Ruto and Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi to drum up support for Odinga. Duncan Koba, EBN TV, Bungoma.
Thank you very much, Mr. Duncan. And now we're moving still on the same story. Wycliffe Oparanya, the former governor of Kakamega County, has expressed support for Raila Odinga's bid to vie for the top position in the African Union Commission. Oparanya, speaking to journalists, emphasized the backing of the Orange Democratic Movement, whose leader is Raila Amolo Odinga, for Odinga's ambition to lead the AU Commission. He highlighted Odinga's suitability for the role and stressed the benefits he will bring to Kenya and the entire Africa as a continent. Oparanya also dispelled concerns about the possible disintegration of the ODM party, stating that the election for the AU Commission position is still far off and ODM has ample time to organize the party.
Our party leader has expressed interest to compete for the AU chairmanship. This is a good privilege for us as ODM, and it will be a great honor to this country, Kenya, if he gets that particular position. This seat is not for tomorrow, but the campaign, of course, will start. The lobbying will start all over Africa. We start early, but the elections will be held next year in January 2025. If he's elected in January 2025, he will assume office in March 2025. So we have still a whole year to organize ourselves. I know people are worried what will happen to the party. We need a strong ODM as a party. You can see parties like ANC have lived beyond people who started them.
Naunga mkono party leader Raila Amolo Odinga kukuwa chairman wa AU, na sisi tunamwombea kila laheri. Tunaamini vile alikuwa high representative wa infrastructure, akipewa hiyo nafasi ya chairman atafanya kazi mzuri. Na katika chama hatuna uoga kwa sababu baba amekuweko kama party leader, na tuko na viongozi kama governor emeritus Wycliffe Oparanya ambaye amekuwa deputy party leader, na tunaamini baba akishaenda AU, Oparanya anatosha hiyo viatu ya kukuwa kiongozi wetu katika chama cha ODM. Hata ikiwezekana baba amuendosi na asimame urais katika chama cha ODM, hakuna maneno. Sisi tuko sawa na tuko na confidence governor Oparanya anaweza ongoza chama, na hata akipewa nafasi anaweza pia ongoza nchi.
And now, Prime Cabinet Secretary and Cabinet Secretary for Foreign Affairs and Diaspora Affairs Musalia Mudavadi represented today President William Samoei Ruto at the Canada-Africa Business Summit in Nairobi. Mudavadi stated that the summit has positioned Kenya at the forefront of the business sector through the existing cooperation between the two countries. Kenya has been cited as a nation with significant investment opportunities, and through this cooperation, there are job opportunities, economic growth, and continued development in the country.
Today marks a significant milestone as we gather to strengthen the ties between our nations and explore new avenues strengthening our collaboration. Your presence here underscores the value of deepening partnership between Kenya and Canada, and I am confident that our discussions will be mutually beneficial. Allow me to reflect briefly on our last engagement in October 2023, where we connected virtually amidst challenging times. Despite the barriers, it was evident that our commitment to fostering partnerships between Canada and Africa remains solid and unwavering. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenya presents a conducive business environment, having a strong democracy and business-friendly policies which are advantageous for potential investors.
As the ministry in charge of private sector development, I assure you of all the ministry's support in facilitating and supporting the establishment of your investments. And Kenya has a diversified economy that provides investment opportunities in multiple sectors, like we have already had. I'm therefore excited that this conference will focus on, among other sectors, the areas of medical care, infrastructure, energy, financing for Canada-Africa projects, and fintech development.
Still on leadership, Nakuru Senator Tabitha Karanja has openly come out to condemn the county government under Susan Kihika for defying court orders. The outburst was triggered after the advocates who held peaceful protests against court defiance were attacked, allegedly under the orders of County Governor Susan Kihika. This comes a few days after the road that has seen services at the Nakuru War Memorial Hospital grounded took a new twist, with Senator Tabitha Karanja calling for the impeachment of Governor Susan Kihika. She noted that the raid by the county government, which left tens of patients unattended, were enough reasons to impeach the governor.
My office has taken note of the fact that the Nakuru County government defiance of court orders has caught the attention of the chairperson of the Judicial Service Commission, Chief Justice Martha Koome. I'm hoping that the Chief Justice will remain firm on the implementation of all court orders defied so far and take the necessary actions for the enforcement of the same so as to offer justice and the rule of law to prevail over goonism and misuse of state agencies to frustrate justice. In the statement issued by JSC, they are particularly disturbed by the events in Nakuru County, where assailants have occupied the Nakuru War Memorial Hospital, defying 6 court orders, and intimidation of judicial officers, making them recuse from hearing cases pertaining Nakuru County government. I'm categorically concerned by the happenings and the Nakuru governor's offices, where hired goons, paid and facilitated by the governor and a few members of parliament of Nakuru, who have taken over Nakuru War Memorial Hospital, attacked advocates who are peacefully demonstrating against the disregard of court orders on Thursday, 15 February 2024. I noted utter dismay that the police, as the law enforcers stood and watched as the hired hooligans disrupt, attack, and injured advocates who are peacefully demonstrating.
There is a leadership crisis in Kiambu County, with some ward representatives calling on Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua to intervene and resolve the political power struggle between Governor Kimani Wamatangi and Kikuyu MP Kimani Ichung'wah. Some leaders have urged Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua not to interfere in Kiambu politics, but to ensure that he fosters unity among leaders from the Mount Kenya region. Some ward representatives have expressed concern that the ongoing crisis will significantly impact the development of Kiambu County.
Lakini ni vema uwe unajua shida ya Kiambu iko wapi. Wakati His Excellency the President alikuja Kiambu, hao MPs walipanga wakatoa watu wengine mpaka Nyeri, wengine Murang'a, wengine mpaka Northeastern kuja kuharibu mkutano ya gavana wetu. Na mkisikiza wale ambao mlisikiza, gavana wetu ni yeye aliongea tu mambo ya maendeleo. Kwa hivyo tungekuomba wewe Deputy President, wacha kuingilia vita za Kiambu. Sisi watu wa Kiambu tunajijua, tuko na mwelekeo, tuko na ufahamu, na mahali ambako gavana wetu ametupeleka sisi tuko na imani na yeye.
Naibu wetu wa rais, tunakuheshimu kama kiongozi wa Mount Kenya, na tunakuheshimu kama baba wetu kutoka Mount Kenya region. Lakini naibu rais, tunakuomba keti chini tena na nyumba yako ya Mount Kenya, na hasa katika viongozi na uongozi wa Kiambu County, maana hatuwezi achilia gavana wetu achezwe karata left, right and center.
And still in Kiambu County, Ndindi Nyoro has revealed a groundbreaking initiative to facilitate financial transactions for the elderly, announcing that individuals aged 70 years and above will soon be able to receive their money through M-Pesa. Set to commence next month, this program is poised to make a significant impact on improving financial accessibility for the elderly population, particularly in certain counties. While specific details regarding the participating counties and the mechanics of the program are yet to be fully disclosed, this move signals a progressive step towards leveraging digital technology to enhance the lives of older citizens, ensuring they have easier access to their funds.
Kuna kitu tumefanya juzi ambayo nikiona mama wetu hapa na pia baba zetu hapa inanipea furaha kwa roho. Katika ile wakati tulikuwa tunatengeneza hiyo bajeti nimesema ya supplementary, tuliongea na president a few hours kabla niende parliament kupeleka hiyo budget, na akaniuliza kama nakumbuka tulimesajili ama tumeandikisha wazee wetu upya. Mnajua last year tumesema wale wazee wetu, wazazi wetu wamefikisha 70 years na wale severely disabled wawekwe kwa register. Si mnakumbuka hiyo? Na rais wetu akanikumbusha na tukaweka shilingi bilioni 2. Na ningetaka niwahakikishie kama wazazi wetu wa Kenya yote wale wako 70 years and above, from next month tunataka waanze kupata pesa yao wale wamewekwa register juzi. Na tumesema kabla mheshimiwa Kirema alipe mshahara yake, kabla Ndindi Nyoro alipe mshahara yake, tutakuwa kwanza tunatumia hawa wazazi wetu pesa yao. Na pia rais amesema hiyo pesa sio lazima wazazi wetu ati unatumiwa pesa hapa unaenda bali kutoa. Tumesema hiyo pesa kwa sababu Wakenya wengi wako na simu, wazazi wetu wakiwe wanatumiwa hiyo pesa kwa M-Pesa, mtu anatolea nyumbani. Na mimi nataka niunge mkono hawa viongozi wetu. Barabara za Mau lazima pia zipite na zisaidie watu wa Meru, na zisaidie watu wa Tharaka Nithi, zisaidie watu wa Embu County, na zisaidie pahali popote.
And our leaders in Narok have expressed their concerns regarding the proposal of school fee payments through the e-Citizen platform. Speaking at an event held at Masai Girls High School, north of Narok County, these leaders requested that the proposal be suspended until sufficient sensitization is carried out nationwide regarding these payments and their importance to parents who may not be well informed. They noted that some parents use alternative methods to pay school fees by sending produce to schools. These leaders doubted the feasibility of the proposal and called for nationwide sensitization efforts.
Walimu wakuu, principals, ni vibaya tukisikia wewe umefukuza mtoto kwa sababu ni mjamzito. We will not be happy.
Peleka mtoto kwa kaunti nyingine, ujue na kwamba hiyo mtoto unapeleka huko ni unaenda kujenga huko. So sijui nani atakujengea wewe kaunti yako ya Narok. Ni sisi wenyewe tushikane pamoja tuhakikisha ya kwamba tunajenga hii kaunti yetu.
Wazazi wameambiwa walipe pesa na e-Citizen. Hao wazazi wamelalamika sana. They don't even understand what is e-Citizen. Na hizi vitu ambazo zinafanywa bila kupitia the right channel. na mimi niko katika kamati ya elimu. Hii mambo tutaangalia vizuri.
Tunafanya mmoja machifu wetu, manaibu wao, tukishirikiana na pia watu wa ofisi yako na security pia agencies, kuhakikisha watoto wanaitikia na wazazi pia wanaelimishwa kuhakikisha watoto wako skuli.
How to strengthen the healthcare sector in the country, the Minister of Health, through the Principal Secretary for Health, Mary Muthoni, has prepared a healthcare services bill that will be presented to Parliament to provide guidance on the quality of services to be provided by each of the over 40,000 healthcare facilities nationwide. Secretary Muthoni stated that the government has initiated the process of identifying families that will be provided with health insurance to address health issues for their members.
We are already in the process of drafting the quality of care bill. We've already done the assessment of levels of all the hospitals in the country, more than 14,000 health facilities in the country. So what is remaining is knowing what will these health facilities bring on the table. Will the human resources for health in these health facilities perform properly their mandate? Do we have the right equipment and modern ones to give the quality that we deserve? Is the infrastructure in these health facilities enough to sustain a specific primary care network? So the quality of care is very important. And if we have a guideline, an act guiding onto how these hospitals can be inspected, and when they are inspected, they will be approved. And those are the health facilities that will be used at the social health insurance. By 1st of March, we are sure that, God willing, we will be able to start the registration process of the social health insurance.
Now, leaders in Embu County, have expressed their concerns following an increase in the number of cancer cases detected in the last phase due to late diagnosis of these cases. Speaking during the funeral of an individual who passed away due to cancer, the governor of Embu County urged residents to undergo early screening to avoid late detection of the disease. However, he pointed out that currently the Embu County government is collaborating with the neighboring Kirinyaga County to ensure that cancer patients in the region receive thorough care.
Let me take this opportunity kusema cancer is indeed the biggest killer that we have in the country today. And when cancer hits a home, it takes away a lot from the people of the family. It takes away peace, it takes away joy, it takes away lots and lots of resources. And sometimes cancer has even caused conflict in families. And so as a county, we take this disease very seriously. We do have a cancer center, but of late, since December, we have a big challenge because our oncologist was from Cuba. And when we advertised to replace her, we could not get an oncologist because there are also very, very few in the country. So we've had to get into a partnership arrangement with Kirinyaga where they will be using the same oncologist. Anakuja pande Embu a couple of days, anakuwa Kirinyaga a couple of days, because she doesn't have to be there throughout. And that is the arrangement we've come up with.
Excellency the Governor, kwa sababu healthcare iko katika docket yako. Mimi ningetaka tukue na a conversation vile tunaweza jitayarisha na tutayarisha watu wetu maneno ya kansa katika hii kaunti yetu ya Embu. Hii ugonjwa imesambaa sana, na ukienda upande yote ya Manyata saa hizi all the harambezi zile katika desk yangu ziko na mtu ambaye is suffering from the same disease.
Now, suspected robbers have been arrested by police in Juja, Kiambu County, on allegations of killing a guard and stealing a consignment of beverages from a newlywed couple in the area. Now, the suspects, armed with crude weapons, are said to have invaded the area at midnight, gardens in Kimbo, disabling the electricity and disconnecting generator cables before killing the guard and fleeing with the goods. According to Kiambu County Police Commander Michael Mushiri, the police recovered a shotgun which the suspects had been using to intimidate residents and bar attendants in Juja. Away from that, now security concerns continue to plague residents of Lorian village in Angata, Nanyoike ward, Samburu County, as attacks by cattle rustlers escalate, causing fear among locals. In a recent incident where a reserve officer was shot near Morijo High School, the situation has heightened anxiety among residents and even students. Speaking to the media, Samburu County Governor Latulelei called on Security Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki to address the deteriorating security situation in the county urgently.
Morijo ambayo inaangaliana kila siku inapigwa risasi, iko na watoto 700, almost 800, 700 and something. Na watoto wametoka kila mahali Kenya. Nilipata fursa ya kuongea na hawa, na hii watoto ni watu wanapita mtihani, they are taking almost the whole class to university. Lakini kasi yao kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni ni kusikia mlio ya risasi. Mimi nataka kualika Waziri Kindiki tutembee na hiyo shule ndio tuweze kuweka hata askari karibu na hiyo shule. Kambi moja ya askari Morijo Secondary School. Na ukiangalia results ya Morijo Secondary School, it's one of the best in the country. But vile wanapigwa risasi kutoka asubuhi mpaka jioni, nafikiria hiyo maneno itaharibika. Tafadhali sana, hii bandits ni watu kidogo kwa serikali ya Kenya. Tukuje hapa tusaidiane kusecure shule ya Morijo. So mimi naomba kama gavana yao, because mimi sina askari. Hii shule iko along Maralal Baragoi Highway, A road ya Kenya, na wanapigwa risasi. Sasa huko ndani nini inafanyika? Tafadhali hiyo kitu ndio naomba serikali yetu ikuje tusaidie.
And with that, we bring a close to today's edition of EBN TV Prime News. My name is Consolata Chibalonza. I do wish you nothing but a good night, and until next time, God bless.